Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna. What happened, Sophia? Who is there inside? Hey, Shriji. Hare Krishna. Come here. Okay, how is life? Maxim, you have to sit down and no speaking. Sophia, no speaking. Okay, you can be in the other room if you want. All the kids can be in the other room, but here if you are, no speaking. Is it clear? Yes, Maxim? Okay. So yes, what do you remember from last week?
Surrender to Guru.
Surrender to Guru. Okay. How? Blind. Just go and surrender. How should you surrender?
You should find a Guru who is Tattvadarshi.
Who is Tattvadarshi? Which means?
You can see beyond the universe. Tattvadarshi like to do Darshi.
One who can see Tattva. Yeah, one who can see the truth.
Matter.
Yeah. Okay. Then?
And this is the most confidential.
Now once you find the Guru, what do you do next?
Then we serve.
You serve? No, before that? No? Once you find the Guru, then what? What is the next time?
Ask
Which question? Relevant questions. Okay. And then? No, serve. You ask relevant questions, find the answers, then you serve. Good. What happens then?
That is when information.
No. What happens then?
We encourage we serve Krishna.
No. What happens then? Yes, Shriram. Hare Krishna. What happens after you ask questions, you approach, ask questions, serve? What happens next? No. It took like 1.5 hours yesterday. Yeah, not yesterday, last week. No. The Guru will award. Right? Upadekshanti te jnanam. Sita, what's going on? No talking. Yeah? Upadekshanti is they will award. Guru, when he is pleased with your service, he will award. So the knowledge is something, not something which you gain, but something which is awarded. Okay? Good. And then we discussed about knowledge is not information. Doesn't matter how much information you have. Unless there is no, unless there is heart transformation, it's having no value. It's just information. You may have a lot of information. What matters the most is if the heart is transformed. Good. What else? To recap, before you come, study a little bit. What else? Rohit, you said something last week. What was it? No. What was Arjuna's situation? He is not envious of Krishna. We discussed a lot about it. What is envy? Yes, Pratima. What is envy? Yeah, but what is envy? We defined it last time.
That we are not.
No. What is envy?
He's not happy as the Krishna.
No. What is envy?
Not feel like what you have.
No. What is envy? You want something which you don't have, which someone else has, right? That's envy. Yeah. And then we defined how we have envy towards Krishna. Right? How? Oh my God, it's as if
Because we want to possess things.
you want to possess things.
We want to enjoy things.
Want to enjoy?
There was one more.
One more, yes.
Possess is like control.
No, possess is different. Possess is own. Control is the third one. Yes. To control, to possess, to enjoy. These three belong to whom?
Krishna.
To Krishna. And you want something which belongs to Krishna. That's called as envy. Can we put all our phones into silent place? It's not phone. What is this? Doorbell. Okay. But anyway, it's good to put the phones also in silent. Good. What else? Anyone else remember anything else? That's it. Anyway, it's a good recap so far, I guess. Let's continue then. Please open your Gita. Let's recite verse 2 onwards, 9.2 onwards. Jagama, you can give me the book. You can share with someone else. Everybody has it? Okay, if somebody else has, okay, Shane can get a book. Ranga, you have it? Okay, shall we start? Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyaksha Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam Ashraddhadana Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapyamam Nivartante Mrityu Samsara Vartmane Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyakta murtina matsthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshu avasthitaha nacha matsthani bhutani pashyame yogamaheshwaram bhutabhrannacha bhutastho amatma bhutabhavanaha यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम राम. Okay, read the meaning. 9.2.
Translation.
Yes.
This knowledge is the
Louder.
king of education. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed.
Okay. What do you understand? Nothing? Anybody else? What do you understand? Yes, Ranga. What do you understand? Yes, Rohit.
Knowledge is of course the most important one, but it's everlasting. It will remain whether we are there in the world or not.
Okay. You will be always there in the creation, somewhere or the other. It will never be the case that you don't exist. So, unfortunately, I have to pass that. Your body may not be there, but you will be there. Yeah, you're always existing. Okay? Anyone else?
There's one thing that I don't understand is because it gives direct perception of self.
Okay, we'll discuss about that. Anybody else? Shane?
I don't understand why it's secret.
You understand why it's secret? We'll share the lecture link of last week to hear 1.5 hours. Okay? You have to hear the lecture of last week. We discussed quite at length. But then somebody who came last week can tell now. Why is it secret? It's open. We discussed about it. It's just there. Last sloka also Krishna was telling this is secret. Right? But it's there. Why is it secret? Yes, Pooja ji. Why is it secret? Pratibha? Priya Mataji?
The secret is like what the devotional services which we are doing for the Krishna. Is it the secret?
No. Yes, Rohit.
Maybe it's a secret because you have to be ready to acquire the goodwill knowledge.
No.
Because of Maya.
No. Next week, come with notebook, pen. Start writing down things. Okay? Otherwise, things don't make sense. You'll forget everything and it's as if we have not discussed anything. Yeah? We discussed this. This secret because you may just read it. You will not understand. You need to approach the Guru, ask relevant questions, serve, and then you will understand. That's why it's a secret. Yeah? Otherwise, you will not get it.
So the meaning is it's not obvious to understand rather than secret.
No, it is a secret. It's there, but it's not there. Yeah. So Guhya is something which is secret. Guhyatama is the most absolutely secret thing because unless you actually surrender, you will not get it. So last week I told that if it is difficult for you to begin with to go to a guru right now, you should do one thing. What is it?
Surrender to the Bhagavad-gita.
Surrender to Krishna. Right? Surrender to Prabhupada. He's a pure devotee. Right? Surrender to Krishna. Ask questions. Approach Gita in a humble way and ask questions to Gita in a humble way. Serve Krishna. Yeah? Then there is a chance that you may still get it. Okay? That's why it's a secret. Yes, anyone else? What do you understand, Shriram? What do you understand from the shloka?
We understand this knowledge once it's the purest of all forms of knowledge.
Yes.
And it will once we attain that knowledge, this purest form
will help us secure perception of our true self.
Good. Very nice. What is pure? What's the meaning of pure?
Free of material contamination.
Free of contamination. Good. What else? Huh? Full of what? Full of heart. Okay. Pure. No, what's the meaning of pure? Just normal. Huh? Knowing? No ill intention. Okay. What else? Can the kids be in the other room? I take all 3 kids in the other room. What's your name? Small guy or girl? Who is this? What's your name? Okay. Other room. Okay. All 3 kids in the other room. So you are all happy. You want to be here? Okay, you can be here, no problem. Shiji is really excited. Yes, yes. Yeah. Sorry, Mataji.
I have to see the kids.
We'll record this anyway, recording, so you can hear it afterwards. Yeah.
I can take care. I'm ready.
Yeah. What's the meaning of pure?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Uncontaminated.
Uncontaminated. Very good. Unalloyed. Good. What else? Sitamaya, come in here. Just stop whatever you're doing. It's okay. We'll see what happens. Come and sit. Yes. What is pure? What else? Hare Krishna, come in. Come in. Come in.
Honest, loyal.
Honest, loyal. No? No fake. Okay. See, pure is something which we only see from one perspective, but pure is something which not just that it is pure by itself, but if impure substance get in touch with the pure substance, the impure gets pure. You see my point? Not the other way around. Not that the impure substance can impure the pure. The real purity means if an impure object gets in touch with the pure object, the impure becomes pure. Yeah, that's the meaning of pavitra. Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, pavitram. Pavitra means that even if something which is not so pure gets in touch with something which is pavitra, is not that pavitra becomes apavitra. Apavitra becomes pavitra. There is a Sanskrit shloka. Om apavitraha pavitro va sarvavastham gatopi va yah smaret pundarikaksham sa bahya abhyantara shuchihi. If someone remembers Krishna, whether they are absolutely impure or pure, or have gone through all sorts of conditionings in life, doesn't matter. Sarvavastham gatopiva. Yah smaret pundarikaksham. You remember Krishna, one who is called as Pundarikaksha, whose eyes are like lotus, become clean internally and externally. When we take shower, we only clean ourselves externally. But if you remember Krishna, you become pure internally and externally. So Krishna is pavitra, and knowledge about Krishna is also pavitra. That's why this knowledge is called as Raja Vidya. Last week we discussed there are different forms of Vidya. There is Avidya, there is Vidya, there is Raja Vidya. Avidya is material knowledge. Vidya could be something which is spiritual but is not really highest spiritual. Raja Vidya is the king of all knowledge. Yeah. And that knowledge is about Krishna. Krishna is going to speak in this chapter. Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam is the secret, most secret of all knowledge. Pavitram. Krishna says in Gita, another place, Nahi jnanena sadrisham. Pavitram. Jnana is pavitra. The knowledge is really pure. Anybody approaches this knowledge becomes purified. The heart becomes purified. That's the meaning of it. So, okay, good. So you know about Pavitra now. Yeah. Next, what else? Ranga, close the door of that room. Yeah, that room. First close that room and then close this room. Hare Krishna. Hey Pharaoh. Hare Krishna. Okay. Now we'll close this door also. It took us now half an hour to set the... Any other kids want to go to that room? This is the last break. Pharaoh, you want to be in that room or in this room? Okay. What else you understand? Vishloka. We are doing 9.2, Nisha. Yeah. What else?
We get this knowledge, that happiness, we go forever.
Okay, good. We can come to what Rohit was saying about Pratyaksha. This is something which you experience. Yeah, you don't need to just hypothesize that this is something which is pleasurable. Spiritual knowledge is not just a hypothesis. Yeah. We're not saying that you practice something and you die and you become happy. That is not our proposal. What we are saying, you practice, you experience happiness now. Makes sense? You don't need to die. You experience it now. Pratyaksha means Pratyaksha. You can see. Just like I can see you all. You can see me. It's not a hypothesis, right? That we are sitting in Pratap Rudra's house. Is this a hypothesis? No. It's real, right? We're all here. It's called as Pratyaksha. Something which you can perceive with your senses. So spiritual knowledge, the happiness derived from there becomes Pratyaksha. You don't need to just hypothesize about it. It is not just theoretical. It is real. That's the meaning of it, Rohit. You understand now? It is real. Now you may ask, where is it? I've been coming since quite some time now. Yeah. Where is it? Fair question, right? Yes or no? It's a fair question. So where is it? Are you happy, Yogamaya? Sometimes. Yes, Siddhamaya? Are you happy? Happy? Sometimes. Pooja? Sometimes. Yes, Devendra, are you happy? Vimendra, sorry. So, almost same. Same words.
I follow it.
Okay. Nisha, are you happy?
Same one.
Are you happy, Pratapura? Happy?
Very happy by seeing so many people.
Not now. Are you happy? Always. Thursday evenings. I'm happy. Thursday evenings. Yeah, so yes, Sakshi. No, not Sakshi. Sahitya. Are you happy? Always. Always?
I try to be happy.
You try to be happy, but are you happy? That's the question. So, what is happiness? Nisha, what is happiness?
Anything which makes you smile.
Oh, wow. Yogamaya smiles for everything. You tell anything to her, she smiles.
Then she is happy soon.
Perhaps not. It could be just the behavior. I mean, she is happy mostly, but
Not taking them.
but yeah, I mean, just make you smile is a bit. Some people just don't express, right? So if you tell that happiness means you have to smile, these people who don't express, what should they do? There is no space for them. So what is happiness? What is happiness, Sita? Yeah, what is that? Happiness is satisfaction? Okay. What is happiness?
Both ups and downs.
Okay. It's peace. Okay. Ranga, what is happiness?
Relating to Krishna.
What is happiness? Huh? That's peace.
Pleasure if you gain externally.
Pleasure, external pleasure. Okay. Chuchiji, what is happiness?
Happiness is peace.
Happiness is peace, but it's not peace. Happiness is different.
Chemically, it is the release of dopamine. In the brain. Chemically, that's what happens.
Okay.
Neurochemically.
Different definitions.
Sure.
Not being sad.
Good. I was just hoping that somebody will eventually arrive at this. Right? In our level, happiness means not being sad. Because that's all we know so far. Hey Harshit, बैठ जाओ. यहाँ जाओ. Front bench. How many of us have travelled in Mumbai trains? Rest have seen in TV. Last week somebody died. They are like so crowded, like extraordinarily crowded. Yeah. Do you know it, Saitya? Mumbai trains? You haven't even seen? You don't even know. They are extraordinarily crowded. We need to define how much crowd. If you want to get in, all that you have to do is to be there somewhere and just look towards the door. You will go inside. They will be pushed inside. If you're inside and you want to get out, all that you have to do is just look towards the door. So again, be pushed outside. It's that crowded. So when you get in, the only goal of life, if you have to travel 1 hour, some people travel, just hours together from one place to another place in Mumbai, and many different places also in the world. When you get in, if you have to travel 1 hour, Harshit, what's the goal of life that time?
Utilize time.
Huh? Huh?
One of it. Utilize time.
Really? Itna. Like this is like so far away from truth. What is the first goal, Nisha?
Survive.
No, you have to travel 1 hour. What is the first goal?
Friends.
To find a seat somehow or the other. I know, but somehow you're always looking for it, isn't it? Like somehow, can I just, somebody is getting out, can I just squeeze in? Just,
Yeah.
I know, but still, if you find, let's say you find a small seat.
Full seat.
And then, let's say you get full seat. And let's say you happen to find a window seat. 1 hour in that crowd, you are in a window seat. What is that? Yeah? Happiness? So, let's say the same situation, you travel the same 1 hour, you get into the train, there is nobody in the train. Of course, there is a train driver, whatever. This train is going. But you are there, the entire compartment, no one else is there. Only you are there. You can sit anywhere, lie down anywhere, stand, doesn't matter. Will you derive the same amount of happiness when you sit in front of the, or in front, next to the window? Would you? Just this is hypothetical now, right? So, in our experience, whatever happiness which we perceive is basically lack of suffering. That's how we perceive happiness to be. But that is not happiness. It is not lack of sadness. It is not lack of suffering. It is not happiness. Happiness is beyond. All of us together have zero experience of happiness. We just don't know what is happiness. We have no touch with happiness. We have never experienced it. We have got some glimpses of it sometimes. Because real happiness has few characteristics. It is not material to begin with. You just can't extract it from matter. There is no way you can extract it from matter. Second, this is not temporary. Once you latch yourself to real happiness, you will not again go and seek anything else in the world. Third, you will stop basically running behind everything else in the world because you have already experienced something which is really happiness. The other forms of happiness feels nothing. So you will stop. You will take retirement from every other forms of running behind things.
The material forms of happiness.
Yes. So three things which we described so far. First one is,
Cannot be extracted from matter.
it's not from matter. You just can't extract this from matter. Matter includes bodies as well. Body is matter. Human body, whichever body, doesn't matter. It is matter. Yeah. It's matter. Body is made of matter. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Panchamahabhutas. So, real happiness is, it cannot be extracted from matter. Second one?
Not temporary.
It's not temporary. Third, once you experience real happiness, everything else feels really glad. Nothing here. Yeah. And that you can experience in the level of Atma. This is not supposed to be experienced in the level of body or the mind or the buddhi or the ego. Real happiness is experienced in the level of Atma and is in association with Krishna. Yeah. It's different from everything which we have experienced so far. That's why I said all of us combined, we have no experience of this. Is it making sense? Because once, if someone experiences that, every other forms of enjoyment seems so futile. There is no meaning in it, running behind. It's futile. That you can experience with this knowledge. Would you like it? Harshit, you want it? For sure? This is the best forms of, you just can't beat it. And this knowledge is not a constant, it's ever expanding ocean of bliss. It's not that there is certain amount of things you go and you start getting and then, oh, after some time what else do I do? Right? That's how every other forms of enjoyment is, right? You start running behind, let's say you get it at some point of time, after that your mind is immediately, what else? What's the next thing? Yes or no? Yeah. Take any form of enjoyment, doesn't matter, whichever form. Huh? It's conditional. It's not unconditional. There is certain amount of anticipation, there is certain amount of efforts which you put. Eventually, even if you get it, oh, I wanted it so much, but it's not really what you anticipated. And comes with another baggage, right? Not to make fun of you, but how many of you have got love marriage here? Few people. Love marriage, right? So in the beginning, everything was just so flowery, isn't it? It's just really flowery life. Eventually, the reality of life comes in, isn't it?
flower you feel in arranged marriage also.
Yeah. No, I'm saying sure, agreed. No arguments. Sure. So in the beginning, it's not just flowery, and eventually, it's not just flowery. There is a baggage which you get, right? Everything is a mixed baggage. You can't say that it's just one way street. There's a mixed baggage, and that applies to everything in life. Everything is a baggage. And then we start questioning, oh, what is it? This was not how it was supposed to be, but this is how it is. It really doesn't matter whether whatever was going on in your mind is an anticipation. It really doesn't matter. Reality is reality. And that's what you need to live with. So, coming back, can we recap again?
But then, can you elaborate more on the first one, which is not matter? So does that mean it's external to the body?
It's above and beyond the body. You cannot extract from matter. Is not belonging to senses. Unfortunately, our definition is wrong. We think that this is something which has to be extracted through senses, but it is not. So the foundational definition of happiness is wrong. Yeah, because our definition is there is something external, there's something outside. You need to extract it. It's a wrong definition. The real happiness is already inside. So to get to real happiness is not that you have to get some other things to cover more. Already there is so much of covering. Atma is covered with ego, buddhi, mana and panchamahabhuta, earth, water, fire, air, ether. Now to become happy, if I tell that you need to get something else, that's one more level of covering that, right? So already so much of covering, there is one more level. Doesn't make sense. Happiness is achieved when you uncover, because it's already there. It's there inside. You don't need to extract it from outside. The coverings, Panchamahabhutas, Mana, Buddhi, Ahankar. You uncover, remove it. It's like there is a diamond. It's covered. Imagine a diamond is there. You put like a plaster on it and cement on it and dust on it and so much. And to make the diamond shine, what do you need to do? Just take out. Right? It's not a diamond has stopped shining. No, it's just that there is covering. Diamond is still shining. So, similarly, Atma is there. Atma already inherently has this characteristic of Sat Chit Ananda. It's eternal, it's conscious, and it's full of bliss. That has to be uncovered. The process of bhakti is the process in which you uncover it and then connect with the source of all happiness, which is Krishna. And that's when it becomes ever expanding then, because Krishna's happiness which you can derive with Krishna is not one dimensional, that okay, there is this much to extract from Krishna, what to do afterwards. It's ever expanding. It's infinite but expanding. Is it making sense? Okay, what do you understand so far? Quick recap.
Beyond senses.
It's you can't extract this from matter. Good. Third,
Stop changing.
you stop chasing everything else. There has to be something which is to be uncovered. Okay, what else? It has to be experienced in the level of Atma in connection with Krishna. Okay?
Is ever expanding.
It's ever expanding. Yeah. This is something which we need to really understand to begin with. That there is something like this. Yeah. And then Harshit will ask. Yes, Harshit. No? I was thinking you'll ask. Yeah. Where do you find this? That's where you need to understand, you need to be qualified. You can't be like, I want to become Virat Kohli just by thinking about it. Yeah. I'm so deserving. Shane, do you know Virat Kohli? Sachin Tendulkar?
Yes.
You know?
I've seen him play.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You can't just imagine that I'll become Sachin. I'll just think, I'll just be here, just keep thinking, I'll become Sachin one day. This is not how things work. You need to put efforts. Yeah. So even for material things, you need to put efforts. Now we are talking about the spiritual bliss. Don't you think you need to put efforts and become qualified first? Yes or no? Yeah. Pharaoh, focus. Okay?
In this manifestation theory and visualization theory, you visualize, manifest, and automatically the things will happen. Like, the same example. So, if someone has to become a famous, they visualize, manifest, and then, yeah, then automatically.
With this theory, everybody should become Sachin Tendulkar. Right? You know the problem with this theory? Only people who are in the creamy layer are the ones who listen to this and think that, yeah, this is right. Go and tell this to a person who is working on the ground every day, morning to night, constructing road. Please go and tell them, see how they feel. Those who are sitting in the armchair and listening to a podcast, they will agree with this. Yeah, this is not reality of life. It cannot be reality of life. You just imagine something and just happens. Right?
Yeah, but there is very strong theory.
Yeah, so why don't you just make everybody happy with that then? Yeah, just go, please go and tell this to, right? That everybody can become rich with this, right? There are so many, like half the world's population is really suffering. Why not just use visualization technique and make everybody rich? So, unless there is karmic account which is substantiating what last week we were discussing about this, Kakataliya, right? People are shopping around, doing whatever, also doing visualization, right? And then somehow things happen because of your karma. You may be doing visualization, you may be going around shopping for different gurus, different babas, different swamis, different devtas, doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter what you are doing. Somehow you have a desire, and to fulfill that you are doing, or you may be hard working also. It doesn't matter. If there is if the amount of karma is there, at some point of time it gets fulfilled. You get it as per the nature's laws, right? Prakriti enables it at some point of time. So, if someone says that, yeah, just by visualizing, so you can change situations, it's a bit hard. But I don't want to be dismissive about it. It can help in a little ways that if you are really visualizing yourself to be doing some spiritual things. Now Krishna gives this simplest formula to make sure that your visualization always works. You need to visualize in a way that Krishna would want you to visualize. That you are visualizing yourself serving Krishna. You are desiring what Krishna is desiring. They will manifest for sure. Prabhupada ji was visualizing. I am having 108 temples in the world. I am having thousands of disciples. He was visualizing. And they manifested. Because those visualizations were aligned with Krishna's visualization. Yeah. So they will manifest for sure. Other way, yeah, sometimes it may, sometimes it may not, based on your own karma. Yeah. So, but if we can somehow start dovetailing our desires in service of Krishna, that's when things will really start working out, and you need to experience that. You can't really hypothesize this also. That's why this is pratyaksha. So the exercise for you is start doing service in a consistent way, in which you start visualizing things for not for your pleasure but for Krishna's pleasure, and then you will see, wow, it's manifesting. Yeah, entire Bhakti Sangama festival, it's manifesting. We are all visualizing, we do this, that, whatever, so many things we do. And things manifest. How? Not because you are visualizing, because we are trying to serve Krishna. Yes, Harshit Prabhu? To get a absolute clarity on this. This is not because of our own visualization. This is because we are visualizing in serving Krishna. And as long as we are doing that, we will be enabled. The entire creation is built, is designed in a way that anybody who is sincerely seeking will be lifted up. Anybody who is sincerely wanting to serve Krishna will be lifted up. That's how the design is. You can't fight that. And the design is also that anybody who is wanting to serve themselves and want to help themselves and want to be happy themselves will be ending up with frustration. That's also the design. So you choose. What do you want? So the design is both ways. You want to serve Krishna? Everything will be given to you. All the resources will be given to you. Prabhupada ji had what? This is why it becomes really practical to speak about Prabhupada. Right? What did he have? Nothing. 40 rupees in New York City, knowing no one. And then he started an international institution with zero money almost. Thousands of disciples, temples all around the world, every single country in the world, wrote so many books. How? What exactly made all these things possible? Because this was Krishna's desire. So many other people also want so many things. Sometimes they get, sometimes they don't get. Yeah? It's based on their own karma. But we do know for a fact that everybody at the end of the day is a loser. You lose. You don't win. You lose. Material life, definition of it, at the end is a zero-sum game. You understand what's a zero-sum game? Zero-sum game, do you know what is a zero-sum game? You play so much, at the end, doesn't matter whatever you did in the journey, you're ending up with zero. That's the meaning of zero-sum game. Material life is a zero-sum game. At the end, we lose. On a day like today, many of the people in the world, especially in India, thinking about it. Oh no. Right? We all become philosophers. There is a plain tragedy in India. Right? Many of the people are philosophers today. Starting to think, what is life? How is life? It's so futile. Nobody knows. Doesn't matter how much you have, how less you have. Right? But then tomorrow everybody will forget. Right? Day after tomorrow there is something else, which is the breaking news. So we need to really make these things not just what do you call it, viral stories. It's not just viral story. This is a real story. Spirituality is real. It's something which is really needed for life. Pratyaksha gavamam dharmyam susukham kartum avyayam. You will do this, you will practice this happily if you can experience it. But for that, you need to really get qualification. To get qualification, you need to yes, Pooja ji? You need to in your yes, Harshit, yes, chant Hare Krishna mantra, study Gita, Bhagavad-gita, have a sattvic diet, associate with devotees. I updated Harshit. I added a fifth one. No, you have to do seva. Yeah, Sadachar comes in sattvic. Seva. Do this 5. You can start today. You can start your journey towards getting to an eternal, ever blissful, ever expanding state of happiness, which is there within you. You don't need to go around. Usually in this context, there is always the story of the Kasturi Mriga, the musk deer is told. Right? Kasturi Mriga is usually found in Himalayas. This deer, there is inside the deer there is kasturi, the most fragrant item, and the animal has no idea that it is having within the body. Whole life it's getting the fragrance of it, and whole life is running around. From where is it coming? Entire life is spent in figuring out where is the happiness. Our life, not understanding it's inside. Is not something which you have to get outside. This is not in shopping. Modern life, there is shopping therapy. People get frustrated and you shop, you become better. That's how we are. You just need something which is somehow distracting. The entire social media is just distraction, right? It just keeps you distracted. Just lets you not think. Do you agree, Nisha? Just no thinking. Keep scrolling. Just no need to think. Right? Just keep scrolling. It's such a, how to say, lower form of life in which we don't even want to think. We prefer to be distracted. That's not spiritual life. You need to start thinking. What is life? How is life? Is this really making sense? What is making sense? Who am I? What am I? Yeah. And eventually you will find. So I'll end there. Any questions? I don't know what's the time. Amazing.
Can I ask?
Sure. Pratapatra is happy.
You said even you don't have happiness, right? But I know it is.
What is that?
When you are asking about it, asking if everyone is happy, you look at yourself as well as your mom.
Yeah, I'm not a Paramahamsa. I'll be very honest about it.
You are doing everything.
Yeah, I am doing. But yeah, a long way to go. I'm not a purified soul yet. On the journey. Yeah, we have boarded the train, but will take some time. But it's okay. I have had the glimpse of what can be achieved, so it's fine. Yeah. So there is a formula or a cheat sheet. The cheat sheet is that if you just stop trying to be happy, you'll become happy. You need to be stop trying to be happy and serve Krishna, and you'll become happy. And that only has to be experienced. You can't really fake it. I'm happy sometimes. I'm still dealing with a lot of things. So it's okay. It's fine.
There is the hope for us.
There is a good hope. Yeah, there are a lot of other people who are really much better, purer souls. So yeah, I'm like, somebody who is in the 3rd grade is teaching the 1st grade students. I don't know if you have seen in villages when we were studying, in the primary school. Sometimes we would have 3rd standard students coming and teaching the 1st standard because they know a little bit more. Right? That's what I am. I'm not here sitting that or stating that मेरा हो गया है life अभी आप सब लोग no, it's not like that. Okay? Yes, Rohit.
When everybody is happy.
I've seen a lot of people who are happy. My biggest source of inspiration is this person, Srila Prabhupada. That's what gave me conviction that Krishna consciousness makes sense. Because in the world, what Prabhupada did is incredible, is revolutionary. So that's what gave me the hope that if you start desiring what Krishna is desiring, things will really happen. And yeah, I have not seen him, but I have read, I have heard. So, I have seen his videos, of course, but not in person. But that's good enough. He's a historical figure. So yeah. Okay. Good. Anything else? Puja ji? Nothing? Another puja? No. We forgot to add the 3rd puja. You told we'll have to add. Where is, you should connect. Okay, sure, no problem. Puja. Yes.
serving Krishna, or it could be any deity that you have been following since childhood?
There are many deities in our culture. There is something called as Kula Devata, there is Grama Devata, there is Ishta Devata, all these things. But Krishna is the supreme, right? And then our heart, if there is one recipient who has to get our heart, that's Krishna. Everyone else we need to respect. We need to be grateful that they are there. But to Krishna, we give our hearts. Yeah. Because He is the only who is the, how to say, real or most eligible partner which everybody can have, like everyone. And so, because in the grand scheme of things, in the grandest scheme of things, Devatas are also not permanent, right? Including Brahma, they die. Yeah. So, not die in the sense how we die, but their life is ended. So, Brahma bhona loka punaravartiro Arjuna. Entirety of the creation becomes repeatedly birth and death and birth and death. That's 8th chapter. So, Krishna is beyond that. Of course, could be for some people it could be Ram, some people it could be Narsimha, different other Vishnu Tattvas, that's fine. But that's where it's really the absolute truth. And that's where our heart should belong. Every other great personality we respect. For sure we should be respecting and be grateful about it. But why Krishna alone? We will study in this chapter, next chapter. Krishna already started speaking about it a little bit in 7th and 8th. But 9th is really the king of knowledge because of this fact. Krishna is going to tell about himself more. Like last week we discussed Avidya, Vidya, Raja Vidya. Knowledge of Krishna and your relationship with Krishna is the most confidential thing. Is the most absolute highest forms of knowledge. Huh? Good. Last question. Yes, Ranga.
What makes Krishna happy? Krishna has intrinsic happiness.
Yes.
And I have asked this question previously to Keshav Maharaj also. For someone who was intrinsically happy, does he seek happiness? He said no, it incrementally increases infinitely when devotees relate with Krishna affection. So what to understand?
So by default, there is a Vedic Vedanta Sutra, that Anandamayobhyasat, that everyone inherently seeks happiness. So unless Krishna has this tendency, living entities cannot have this tendency. But the point is that when Krishna has this tendency, that is not coming from how we have the tendency of exploitation, of being selfishly happy. That is not Krishna's seeking. Yeah. So any desire which we have is coming from Krishna because He is the source of everything. Sarva Karana Karanam. But then His seeking of happiness is not in I want to become happy. Yeah. His seeking of happiness is I want to make my devotees happy because they do so much for me. You can study in Srimad Bhagavatam 9th canto when Durvasa Muni approached Lord Vishnu. Durvasa was running towards entire creation because Sudarshan Chakra was chasing him to kill. He went to Brahma, Shiva, eventually he went to Vishnu. Please protect me from this Sudarshan, he's about to kill me. And Lord Vishnu says that Aham Bhakta Paradhina Aswatantra. I have no independence whatsoever. I am under the control of my devotees. They do everything for me and I do everything for them. It's an amazing combination. Krishna's devotee, they have no considerations in doing anything for Krishna. They just do it. And a few months ago when we did the Bhakti Sangama, I took this discussion topic, I don't know if you remember, about Vasudev serving Krishna from the jail cell. Right? Krishna was born. Krishna tells to Vasudev, take me to Mathura. Take me to Vrindavan. Vasudeva was not like lost or what, right? I'm inside the prison, shackled, right? Vasudeva was not thinking like that. What sort of nonsense is this? First make me, remove all the shackles, open the door, kill all these soldiers first, and then tell me to do something. Vasudeva moves forward to take Krishna, and then things started working out. The shackles fell off. He took and then started walking towards the door opened. And all the soldiers went to sleep. Right? Vasudeva continued to walk around outside. It's huge rain, but Vasudeva walked anyways. And Sankarshan is protecting from the top. He goes to Yamuna. Yamuna is flooding. Vasudeva is, oh, what should I do now? He just started walking. And then Yamuna gave the pathway. So that's a devotee of Krishna. You do it anyways. Can you imagine amount of love which is beyond logic? Yeah. If Vasudeva was putting logic there, he would be just stuck in the jail cell. Yeah? Because that's what is logic. But Krishna's devotee go beyond logic. But to arrive there, now you need to have some logic that I chant every day. I study Gita Bhagavatam every day. I come to association, I'll have a sattvic life, I'll do seva. Let's start with it. This is logical right now, but eventually you will go beyond logic. So Krishna is seeking that I want to make devotees happy. And that also is ever expanding seeking in his heart. And in the process he is also becoming happy. And we are not the only set which Krishna has. Krishna has better devotees. Yeah. We are all trying to be now. Not devotees yet. Still struggling with one foot in one boat, the other foot in another boat. Yeah. And somehow still trying to move. Yes, Disha? Yeah. Eventually we need to decide which boat I want to be. This boat, this boat. Yeah. Because sometimes both boats go in different direction. You can't be on both boats for a long time. You have to take a decision. And I really hope that you choose the boat in which we all go towards Krishna. Yeah. Don't choose the other boat. That boat you have been before. That boat is really not the place to be. Fimender, I get it right now. Yes. Please chant Hare Krishna mantra every day. Okay? Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Yes, go ahead.
Everything that is a different adjacent topic to happiness, thinking of it deeply. So everything we consider like that, we should have in the center. Let's say, for example, you're doing your work, but of course your work has some devotional service to Krishna. You have your house, you utilize your house for everything else. So when we talk about happiness, we should also pivot that whole happiness around Krishna. In principle, I understand that happiness is towards devotees or anything that is relation to the activity or the source of happiness has Krishna in it, then it becomes meaningful. But in our daily life, for example, this is a very colloquial thing, right? For instance, right? There are other things, for example, if a baby is walking like this, during the bath, she is sometimes like you say, oh, it's very good. I think about it. Or if I see some animals or certain birds or certain nature, right? But not every time are we able to imagine Krishna in a particular situation. So is that how do you think about it? So
that is the reason why Krishna speaks 10th chapter. The conclusion of 10th chapter of Gita is that whatever in the world makes you feel, wow, this is nice. There's Krishna's spark in there. Yeah. Because of spark of Krishna in there, you feel that feeling, wow, which is nice. So whatever makes you feel this is nice, to understand there is Krishna's energy there. And that's when you are a really intelligent person. Otherwise, you're only seeing superficial things. Yeah. Where is the cuteness of the kid coming from? Start thinking. Yeah. If this kid is making so much of cuteness, how cute Krishna would be when he was a small baby. Right? So our whole Kartik month we were telling these stories, going around, same thing every day. How cute Krishna would be. And small babies give so much of happiness. How much happiness Krishna could give. Right? So to be able to connect things with Krishna. So in the entire 10th chapter, Krishna says how you can, at least some things, how you can start seeing. We'll get there. Okay? Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad-gita ki jai.